Welcome back to the Israel Ramos Show, where I bring up important topics in today's troubled world we live in, and I try to address the issue of the topics that I talk about to the best of my ability. And today I'm going to talk about suicide is not the answer. Suicide is not the answer, and why? Well, if you're listening to this podcast, you must be really feeling like crap, not be feeling good about yourself, or maybe you're curious to see what I have to say about suicide. Now, for a person to want to commit suicide, take their own life, they must be feeling like crap. They must be feeling rejected, not important, like they have no purpose in this world that we live in on planet Earth. Maybe because you've been rejected, you've been mistreated as a child, you feel like there's just no purpose in your life. Why do you want to keep on living? But I got good news for you. There's nobody like you. You are an amazing person. You are very important. And the world's a better place with you in it. And the reason I say this is because I know it's true. I've been depressed. I know what it's like to feel really, really down and feel like I have no purpose because I too have been rejected. I too felt many times like what's the reason of living, I have no purpose in this planet. Why am I even here? I mean, with all the things that are going on in this world, all the killings and confusion and negativity and you know, it's very easy to feel this way, to give into those feelings. But you got to remember those are just feelings, and I learned years ago as a teenager that not to give into my negative feelings because they will destroy me. You have to remember that you're here for a purpose. You're here for a reason. Whether you believe in God or not, you're a very gifted person, and there's no one in the world like you. And you don't have to be famous to be important. You may feel all alone. You may feel very lonely. You may feel rejected. Maybe people have rejected you, criticized you, put you down. There's many reasons why a person would want to take their own life. But you got to remember that taking your life doesn't solve anything. It doesn't solve anything. It just destroys the reason why God put you on earth. God put you here for a reason. There's someone out there that needs to know that you exist, but how in the world are they going to know if you just take your own life? You feel, you must not be feeling very, very good about yourself for you to want to for you to want to take your life. But taking your life is not the answer, my friend. It is really not the answer. You have to say to yourself, I can't do this. I can't do this. You know, many times when I felt depressed, I just sleep it off. I sleep it off. If I feel lonely, depressed, I just sleep it off. Now you're probably saying to me, well, how much can you sleep? What if I try to sleep it off and I wake up and I still feel depressed and I don't feel good about myself? Well, then you find something to do. You overcome evil by doing good. You have to remember that you were put on this planet for a purpose. If everybody was the same, it would be a boring world, but everybody's not the same. And like I said earlier, the world's a better place with you in it, whether you believe it or not, or you may not feel it right now. But you cannot give in to your feelings because your feelings will destroy you. Taking your life is never the answer. Think about all the people you're going to hurt, all the people that love you, and maybe you don't feel like anybody loves you. No, but you're wrong. There's somebody out there that cares about you. And you have to realize that no matter what it is that you're going through, you just need help. There's a lot of support groups out there, like suicide prevention and some other ones. You could Google it, and find the right one for you, where you could get together in a group who feel exactly the same way you do. We all need support sometimes, whether it's you have an addiction to alcohol or drugs or whatever addiction you have, or you're feeling depressed or lonely. Find a support group, because you need support. You need to know that you're not alone in this world feeling that way. There's a lot of people that feel like that feel like they have no purpose on this planet and they just want to end it. But ending your life is not the answer. Your mother didn't give birth to you so you could just take your life. Those are the negative those are the negative forces that are trying to influence you to do that. Just find a support group and get support. They will listen to what you have to say. You'll be able to share, or look for a psychologist or a counselor, someone who's willing to listen to you, someone who's willing to listen to what you have to say, and will support you. But don't take your life. Don't take your life. That is not the answer. And don't give in to your negative feelings. You were put here for a reason. You are important. You're amazing. You got to believe that. You may not be feeling important or amazing, but you are. You just got to not give in to that the way you're feeling right now. Like I said, I've never felt depressed to the point where I want to take my life. So, but I know that I've been depressed. And if I would have kept giving in to my depression or feeling sorry for myself, probably it would have led that. But I've learned to love myself. I've learned to forgive myself. You have to love yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, even though I feel like crap and I don't feel good about myself right now, I'm going to learn how to love myself and learn to forgive yourself. Forget about your past or what he said, she said, or how people don't validate you or appreciate you. You have to love yourself. You have to appreciate yourself. How could you expect others to love you if you don't love yourself? But taking your life, do you honestly think that's the answer? That is that is not the answer. And if, like I said, sleeping it off cannot help you, then you need support. You need to find a support group that deals with people that want to end their life. Do not listen to those negative voices, because you're gonna regret it. It's not a good place where you're going if you choose to end your life. You're going to a very dark place. That is not the answer. You have to fulfill the purpose that God gave you when He put you on this earth. There is a purpose in your life, but you have to find it. But first, you got to get this negative feeling of wanting to end your life. That is not the answer. Get support. Get over this. You will get over it. You will pass it. I'm not going to mention any names, but I know some people in my family, especially someone that's very dear to me, who went through this, and the poor girl now, she has, I'm not going to say who it is, out of privacy. She has a beautiful son. She loves us, her son. She has a purpose now in life. She realized that just loving herself and forgiving herself, and now she has a reason to live because she has a son. And, you know, you also have a purpose in your life. But first, you have to get over this feeling of taking your life, because that is not the answer. Get on your knees and pray to God. Ask God to. I pray that God will touch you right now, and that He will help you get rid of these feelings, because that's all it is, feelings. And like I said earlier, when I was a teenager, I learned not to give in to my feelings because your feelings will destroy you if you give in to them. If you sit there and all you do is feel sorry for yourself and think about how people don't love you, how people rejected you, and you have no purpose in life, then it's just going to get worse. You have to get off those. You know, the Bible says as a person thinks in his mind and his heart, that's who they become. If you think very little of yourself, people can easily push you. You cannot think little of yourself. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm going to get over this. And I'm going to deal with this and I'm going to challenge this. I'm not going to run from it and find the easy way out is to end your life. That is not the easy way out. It really isn't. You have to, like I said, love yourself, forgive yourself, and move forward because that's how winning is done. Quitting does not make you a winner. It's when you move forward. If you fall, you get rejected, you feel alone, you feel like nobody cares, nobody loves you. Love yourself. You cannot expect others to love you if you don't love yourself. You have to forgive yourself. Don't live in your past because your past is your past. We all make mistakes. Don't depend on other people's validation of you. You love yourself. How can you expect others to love you again if you don't love yourself? You have to love yourself and move forward because that's how winning is done. Ending your life is never the answer. God put you on this planet again for a purpose. There's a reason why you're here. You know, the way I try to live my life is if I get an opportunity to talk to a homeless person, and I can sit with the homeless person and offer them food, whatever it is that they want. I listen to. Sometimes people just need you to listen to them. That's all they need, because I don't know why that person became homeless. Who am I to judge that homeless person? I don't know what they went through. We all go through a lot of stuff that's really bad. I mean, that's just the world we live in. I mean, I don't have all the answers, but I know that I've learned to love and forgive myself, and I've learned to have goals in my life. You know, people perish without a vision. This is what God said in the Bible. My people perish without a vision. You have to have goals that you have in your life. I'm sure there's a lot of things in your life that you would want to achieve. Then go for them. But don't stop loving yourself. Because for a person to want to end their life is because they don't love themselves. You have to love yourself enough to forgive yourself. And remember that the world is a better place with you in it. You are amazing. You are important. If everybody was the same, it would be a boring world. Do not give in to your negative feelings. Don't listen to those negative voices. You will make it. You will pass through this. But giving into those feelings like you just want to end the world because you're in a lot of pain, you must be in a lot of pain right now for you to want to take your life. But I'm telling you that it is not worth it for you to give into those feelings. It is not worth it at all. Because there's someone out there that needs to know your love. But in order for them to even know your love, you have to learn to love yourself. You have to learn to forgive yourself enough where you want to live. Discover your purpose because you do have a purpose in life. And it's not for you. God didn't bring you to this world. Your mom didn't give you birth so you could just end it. That is not your purpose in life. Like I said, seek help, get help. You need support. But go to a support group and you'll get over this. But don't. Suicide's not the answer, my friend. It really isn't. Once you learn to love yourself, forgive yourself, and you set goals for your life, this will just be behind you. It'll just, you know, it's kind of like You want to eat something that's not good for you, but it's even worse because this is not about not eating healthy. This is about you ending your life. You know, you have to love yourself. You have to not let your feelings get the best of you. And, this is a tough topic to discuss, to address, because how do you convince a person that feels bad about themselves, the person that feels like, oh, they're cutting themselves or hurting themselves because they're hurt? You're hurting inside. Somebody hurt you. Somebody rejected you. Somebody made you feel the way you are right now. Maybe you gave your heart to somebody and they took it and they crushed it and they rejected you because they betrayed you or they were unfaithful to you or they cheated on you or they betrayed you. But you can't base who you are and who you should be based on people's rejection. People will and can fail you time to time. This is why I've learned not to depend on people for my happiness. I've learned to love myself. I've learned to love myself and forgive myself and set goals for myself so you can feel good about yourself. And that's basically it. If your reason for ending your life is because people have hurt you and because you don't feel important, you don't feel loved, then you got it all wrong. You don't want to do that. You want to seek help. Everybody needs help sometimes. Seek support and move forward. Love yourself. You will learn to love yourself even though you don't feel like loving yourself right now. You will love yourself. You will. But you got to get this idea of taking your life out of your head. Sleep it off if you can. Go to sleep. Just shut down your mind. Don't think so much. When you think too much, it will affect you. Get enough rest, but set goals in your life. Because when you set goals in your life and achieve them, you're going to feel good about yourself. Do things that's going to make you feel good about yourself. Show kindness. Maybe volunteer at somewhere where you feel you need it. And I know right now you don't feel like volunteer because if you feel like taking your life, that's the last thing you're thinking of now. But all I can tell you is that you are an amazing person. You are important. And, I don't know you, but I love you. I love you. You know why? Because you were made in the image of God. You have a free will. There's a purpose in this life for you. And I pray that God will help you find that purpose. Don't give in to those negative feelings. Some people rejected you. They betrayed you. They were unfaithful to you. They cheated on you. They lied to you. They backstab you. You don't need them. It's their loss. Put it that way. It's their loss. Oh, if there's other reasons I didn't mention, all I can tell you is do not give in to the idea of taking your life. You have a purpose in this world. Love you. You will learn to love yourself. You will learn to forgive yourself. But it starts off by you getting support and help. We all need help someday, sometime. So I just hope that there was something I said that really touched your heart, your corazón, and you chose not to do it. You will achieve many things. You will do great things. But it starts off with you loving yourself and forgiving yourself. Don't base your happiness on people. Just because people have failed you in many different ways is no reason for you to want to end your life. I mean, we all get rejected and cheated on and betrayed and paid back in a negative way. People pay us back. But that's because those people, they were miserable. They're not, people that have done that to you are not good, happy people. But that shouldn't stop you from loving yourself, from moving forward. And that's basically it. I really hope that something that I said really helped you to not want to take your life, but to want to move help, to want to move forward or to seek help and support, get you through this. And I pray that God will give you the strength to help you get through this. Remember, you have a purpose. There's a purpose in your life. But first, you have to get over this negative feeling that you want to take your life. Don't do that. You know, because like I said, the world's a better place for you in it. You know, for you to want to take your life, you must be a really, really special person, because I find that people that have wanted to take their life, or people that were rejected and mistreated and not appreciated, you are such a special person. Please don't do that. Don't give in to that. Don't give in to that. I've been depressed before. It's not a good feeling. But I also know that I also knew not to give into it. I stepped it off. Listen to music, listen to lectures, listen to positive. There's a lot of positive lectures that you can find on YouTube. There's a lot of wonderful books that you can read and how to help you overcome the idea of suicide. There's a lot of good books out there. Maybe you don't like to read, but they got apps out there that can read the book for you. You scan it and read it for you. You can read along with it at the speed that you want. Knowledge is power, my friend. Maybe you don't want to belong to a support group, so then find some books out there that deal with suicide that can really, really help you. But suicide is not the answer, because I may not know you, but I know you're a beautiful person. If you want to, if you feel that down and out where you want to take your life, don't do it. Don't do it, because you are a sweet, beautiful person. And when you get over this, you'll be able to help someone someday, because you chose to live, and God will help you find the purpose of your life. And I pray that you do. And I hope that everything I said, or whatever I said, has helped you some way, somehow, to the point where you chose not to commit suicide. Remember, I love you. I don't know you. I don't have to know you. But the fact that you want to take your life and you don't love yourself anymore, you feel so down, and you feel like you have no purpose, makes me want to love you more, because I feel for people that don't want to live anymore, because they don't feel like you don't feel like you have a purpose, like there's no meaning in your life. Like what's the point of living? But that's when you're wrong, because that's just the devil lying to you. The Bible says that the devil's the father of liars. Don't believe the lies. Whatever it is that happened in your past is your past. Like I said, you have to love yourself and forgive yourself. And love yourself enough to continue to live. But don't base your happiness on people, because people will reject you and can reject you time to time. You don't think I've been rejected? I've been betrayed, mistreated, unappreciated. But that's because the world we live in a world, an imperfect world, where people are messed up. And if somebody's miserable, they're going to pass that on to you, that negative, you know, quality that they have, unless they're willing to change, you know. So that's all I mean, I could tell you is that, you are a special person, and there is a purpose in your life. Don't think that there isn't. Do not give in to the dark side, to those negative voices. You will get through this, believe me. Believe me, you will get through this. And when you do get through it, it's like climbing a mountain. You can't look back. You just gotta keep going. Once you make it to the top, you're able to oversee all the beauty of nature that God created. And I pray that right now God will touch your corazon, your heart, your mind, and that you will get your mind off this. As a person believes in his heart or her heart, that's what they become. If you think very little of yourself, you can easily be pushed. You cannot stop thinking little of yourself. Stop thinking that there is no purpose in your life. that there's no reason for you to live, because there are many reasons for you to live. Like I said earlier, if everybody was the same, it would be a boring world. I love you. I don't know you. I don't have to know you. But the fact that you feel like you have no reason to live makes me want to love you more, because you don't realize that people like you are the reasons why the world becomes a better place. You will get over this if you seek the help that you need and the support. And also, there's books out there that will help you overcome this feeling of suicide, wanting to take your life. Suicide is not the answer, my friend. You are such a sweet person. Think of all the good times you had in your life. Count your blessings. Things will get better for you. And like I said, I pray that God will touch your heart and your corazon and your mind, and you overcome evil by doing good, and you occupy yourself by having goals in your life, and you will achieve them. So I hope that whatever I said today has helped you. And until next time, feel free to send any comments. I would love to respond to you. And I pray that you will get over this. And remember, the world is a better place with you in it. Until next time, God bless you and bye bye.